What?
And we are live. Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. Good morning, good friends. Yes, yes. Zeke is here first. He said, I'm starting to question if I should stop watching football. Ravens done messed it up. No, start watching some other football instead of the Ravens, and you'll feel a lot better. All right. Don't let the Ravens mess up your football experience. Look, y'all can hear my voice, man. Your boy is come down with the bug. All right. He's got a cold. All right. So this will not be an extended version today. Retired Gunny, salute. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through. Y'all see the Wu-Tang Nas hoodie. This is from like 2 years ago when they were in
from that concert you guys went to.
Yeah, I went with the OTR crew. Nice. Had a great time there. Yes. Davon's in the house. It's definitely more enjoyable football across the league. Facts.
Yep.
That game last night, the little I got to see of it, man, they was hitting. Like both of those teams, the Chiefs and the Texans have the type of defense. They have the type of defense that we talk about having in Baltimore. Right? Like they go after it. They make key stops. They wrap up. They have some key tackles. We just talk about having that here in Baltimore, right? So like I don't like arguing with y'all when y'all say this is a good defense, and I say no, it's actually not a good defense. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like that's not an emotional statement. That's a fact. We're not a good defense. We're not even average.
Jalen Petrie, man, he knocked out. He laid the lumber on Rishi Rice, crossing down the middle, man. Someone tweeted out he knocked the sonic rings out of his body.
Yeah. Magic Bull says, bro, I just woke up and I'm watching the LBST post game. Oh yeah. We did a post game show. And now we're doing our morning show where we're gonna extend what happened yesterday, and we're gonna go over some scores around the league. What's going on, Yolanda? Good morning. Tyreek, salute. I hear you.
Derriere.
Garrett says, salute. Just Aloe, good morning. It says, turns out Mark Andrews is a bigger terrorist than we thought. Ask Baldinger.
Not than I thought.
Okay, well, all right. We'll play this, and then I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on what happened. All right, he brought up the Brian Baldinger clip. Let's play it.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure this 4th and 2 play here with a chance to take the lead. I'm pretty sure that when Lamar steps up against his 3-man rush, that he's looking for DeAndre Hopkins in the back of the letters all the way. He's got his hands up, and that's right where Lamar is looking. Except here comes Mark Andrews right there with Patrick Queen. And you can tell, like, you can't believe, like, he thinks he's catching the game-winning touchdown. He doesn't move, and then the reaction by Lamar. Like, I can't believe it.
The way he's standing in the back of the end zone, just like this, like,
because he's like, finally a catch.
Tracy's here. Good morning, Tracy. He says, good morning, guys. What an absolute mess. Lost excitement for the team months ago. Unreal.
Man gets his new contract and says, I'm gonna make every play. It's like, no, you don't have to.
Oh, Maverick guy, where were you the last couple of weeks? It's funny, you know.
Why?
You got real quiet for a little while. And I wouldn't talk just yet because this is what happened last year. You won the first game, and then you got dominated the next 2 games. So, you know, I would hold up on that. Yeah, G, what's good? Here we go. You got the win. Congrats. Yeah,
won.
Cincinnati's is on a roll too, man. They may win the division, so you don't know that.
They just lost first.
They lost to Buffalo. I thought they beat Buffalo.
No, first they lost.
They're done.
Oh damn, they stink then.
They're not mathematically out, but they're done.
Yeah, no, they're out. No.
Yeah.
They need to run the table. They can't. No, they're out.
Hendo. So first of all, okay. Thoughts on the game, and what are your thoughts on the series of events there, including the Isaiah Likely catch not catch?
Catch not catch. Who knows what's a catch in the NFL nowadays? They change the rules so much that you never know. And they talk about, having 2 feet in, making a football move, but I thought that was outside the end zone. I thought in the end zone, if you had 2 feet down, caught the ball, had possession, it's a touchdown. But something a little tight in rule change or whatever, it doesn't matter. People want to blame the referees for this. The Aaron Rodgers fumble, the Aaron Rodgers interception, that wasn't. But for me, the Ravens had so many opportunities to win this game. They had so many opportunities to take over and dominate because they were the better team. But as always, the Ravens are out-coached by Mike Tomlin. He knows and he says it. Like that man waved by blue kisses because he knows the Ravens are going to fold in the fourth quarter. If you keep the game close, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. And as far as Mark Andrews goes, he's a terrorist. Like his freelancing, we've talked about this in years past. He doesn't run his routes the way he's supposed to. And in years past, he would be in people's way. He would be in the wrong position on the field because he's doing what he wants to do because he doesn't follow the game plan. And this was the biggest example in slow motion of you could see Lamar throwing to D-Hop before Andrews even entered the picture. And he comes in and decides that he wants to be the hero because he only had 1 catch for 9 yards after signing that extension. It's just this team is just has a lack of discipline, a lack of focus. We had 10 days off to prepare for this game, and we came out and we looked like that. Defensively, I thought we turned the corner. I thought Zach Orr had learned, and he deserved kudos for the Ravens turnaround and all this. But like you said, if you watched the Chiefs game last night, call me Lassiter and them boys, like they showed you what a defensive backfield is supposed to be like. They showed you what a pass rush actually is. And even Kansas City made a lot of plays. Us, we just walk around here acting like we're Ravens, acting like we're tough and doing the things we're supposed to do. But in actuality, we're frauds. And it's showing, and that's why we have a losing record after 13 games.
Also, too, speaking of the Houston Texans on Sunday night, we can also take part of Matt Burke and D'Amico Ryans creating that defensive scheme, right? It's not, you can have the players as much as you want, but if you don't have the defense scheme around the coaching staff, you can't really do much. Your defensive coaching staff ain't it. When Mike McDonald was here, like I think I pointed out a couple of when I was on the show, is when he was there, you had him, Zach Orr as your linebackers coach, Denard Wilson as your DB coach, and Anthony Weaver as your defensive line coach. As also so all 3 of them left because they all wanted the defensive coordinator job. You didn't give it to either one of the 2, so they go to Tennessee and Miami respectively, and Mike goes to Seattle. So now Zach Orr has to rebuild the staff from scratch, and this is his first year calling plays. And it was his first year calling plays, and now look how it is. There's no evolution in the coaching staff whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean,
D'Amico, man, I don't know, man. One thing you know about D'Amico in Houston, man, it don't matter which quarterback they got back there. That defense is gonna hit, they're gonna cover, and they're gonna get some sacks. And Jalen Petrie, Kamar Lassiter, Derek Stingley Jr., man, they got some dogs. And unfortunately, your dogs are a little old.
What dogs?
Kyle Van Noy, that's the only one out there.
He ain't a dog.
He was a dog back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
But we talking about 2025.
Exactly. I'm saying your dogs are now old.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my point.
That's his point. Well,
yeah.
Also, we don't want those players that play with the edge here, and we don't want those real difference makers that we have to pay. The Ravens philosophy, and I think somebody wrote an article about this last year. They wear this like a badge of honor where they could pay the non-premium positions and get elite there, and that's their zigging when everybody zags. Those non-premium positions, they could build a team around, except for corner. They want to get good at corner in the secondary, safety, but not edge rusher. They want to have good tight ends, but not wide receivers. And even with the O-line, they're taking that approach with the O-line where it's we don't really need to pay guards, right? Mm-hmm. Even though guards is not premium position in terms of pay. But, excuse me, they, like you said, they're frauds. Because even with that, are you trying to get the best tight end out there? No. Are you trying to get the best corners? No. You're just trying to draft guys, and you're not even trying to move up in the draft to get the guys that could really hit on. You're just trying to say, oh well, we had a high grade on this guy, he fell to us.
Yep.
Complete fraudulent. Let's talk about that. There's 2 controversial plays I want to talk about. That catch that wasn't a catch, right? And then the the interception that turned out to be a catch for Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Okay. How is it on one hand you have Aaron Rodgers not complete a football move, not come down, not even finish his fall to the ground with the ball in his hands, but it's still a catch. And in the end zone, where all you need is to have control of the ball in 2 feet, they're saying you have to make a football move. That's never been the case when you get a touchdown.
Right.
Because if that's the case, how do you have those players that catch the ball, toe tap in, and it would go out of bounds and then call it a touchdown?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, going out of bounds in the football move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was talking to Sugar about this too, man. I was like, nah, that's a touchdown. And then, he agreed with it. He agreed it was a touchdown, but he pulled up the rule, Article 3. It just made no sense, Article 3. It make no sense whatsoever. Because I thought Article 3 was anywhere else on the field, not in the end zone, right? Because when you cross the plane of the end zone and you make 2 steps into the end zone, it's a touchdown. You know what I mean? And I don't like it makes no sense to me. It says first you got to secure the control of the ball. He did. Then you got to touch the ground inbounds with both feet. He did.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to make a football move, extend the ball forward, or take an additional step, or tuck the ball away, or turn upfield. But how do you do that if you're already in the end zone? And sometimes you go side by, you're going on a route that's taking you east-west, not north-south. Or let's say you run a dig, you're going east-west. And you catch the ball east-west, you're not going upfield. So going upfield makes no sense. I told Chug, so if he caught the ball and just fell to the ground, that's a touchdown. But that's not a football move. He takes 1-2 steps and then falls. But the article says it's not a football move because it's not upfield. So it makes no sense. The rule makes no sense. They changed it again. This wasn't the rule. This wasn't the rule. They changed the rule. Now they're saying anywhere on the field you have to do this stuff. But in the end zone, it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense in the end zone.
Yeah, how about this? How about you just secure the ball to your chest instead of trying to be cute and hold the ball out?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. We wouldn't be discussing this. Now, the Aaron Rodgers play, to me, is just as controversial because people are saying his knee was down, he came down with the ball. But if you actually watch the play, his hand was underneath Teddy Buchanan's hand on the ball. So if your hand is underneath another player's hand, how do you have the ball secured? You don't. They just gave them the benefit of the doubt. But for me, I'm not using any of these things as an excuse. Y'all can say the refs, but you're excusing the play of this team. You're excusing the direction and the coaching of this organization. And that's what they're going to use to give him a pass. And y'all going to be mad next year when John Harbaugh is still the head coach because, circumstances dictated that we keep him because if things would have went a certain way, we would have a winning record. I'm not using this as an excuse. We should have never been put in this position to even be talking about these plays. Thanks. Mark Andrews, he shouldn't have been in the way on that play. We should have ran the ball more. We should have ran Derrick Henry more than 7 times in the first half. It's certain things that we should have done in this game that we didn't do. And all the Ravens fans now want to do is talk about, the refs cheated us. The refs cheated us. How about we don't play up to expectations? How about that? What's up, Coach?
What's going on, Coach? Good morning.
Well, also, Seville OG, the Jesse James thing, you Steelers fans keep bringing that up. I agree. That was a touchdown too. Fact. Just because they screwed you over back then don't mean just, you got to get over it because we got screwed over. That makes no sense. That was a touchdown. He dove, he crossed the plane of the threshold of the touchdown, and it was a touchdown. As he's crossing the plane, it jostled a little, but he already crossed the plane, so it's a touchdown. So I don't agree when you got screwed over a couple years ago. I don't agree with that. That was a touchdown as well, just like this one's a touchdown.
Yeah. And we got a super chat. Salute Imagine Bull says, I want to boycott games, but at the same time, I'm almost certain they are going to scapegoat Lamar and trade him this offseason. So I want to see his last few games here. Local media is already starting the PR. Well, they can't trade him unless he asks to be traded. He has a no trade clause.
Facts. They can't trade him. They can't franchise tag him.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying yesterday, he holds all the cards. He can force some serious change this offseason. He could say, if you want some cap relief, here's what you need to do. Mm-hmm. You need to get me an O-line. You need to get me some weapons, some real weapons.
Some real weapons.
Or we can just, or you can just give me a boatload of money and I'll just I'll play in this huge contract and eat up a lot of your cap, and it is what it is. I'll be rich, but
And then when my contract's over, I'm gonna leave because I can.
Yeah, yeah, you could. Agnes, what's going on? Says John Harbs ain't going nowhere. He's a Ravens for life, for real.
Yeah.
Can't stomach that man much longer. We'll see. That'd be one of the things. If I'm Lamar, I'd be saying that too. Like, he's got to go. I've gone as far as I can. He shouldn't have to say it. They should already be saying, hey, this is it. This is, let's see if you can make it to the Super Bowl, because you still can. No, money, you're not late. You're not late. You still make it to the Super Bowl. Anybody can still, they're not eliminated. They can still win a division. It's anybody's game.
Also,
But if you don't make it, you're out.
You were right when you said when they should have fired John Harbaugh. When y'all thought of firing him and Lamar saved his job, that's when you knew he couldn't take you anymore. You shouldn't have kept him around. When you think of firing someone, you have in your mind, like, he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. He needs to be let go. You shouldn't have kept him around.
He's leaving. John Harbaugh's gone. If you listen to his press conference yesterday, that man didn't have it in him to get smart anymore. He just is like, yeah, guys,
Hey, Maverick, I'm gonna need you to explain this before you get blocked.
Facts. The facts.
You gonna have to explain that one. Watch yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Shannon Sharp said 77 is bad and called him fish fillet. Yeah, 77 and 72.
Right.
72 is just as bad, if not worse. They both suck. Like, the fact that they still running them both out here is just that's beyond malpractice. That's just stubbornness. That's just stubborn. That's them saying, oh yeah, we can do what we want to do and still not get fired. You don't run this team. All right, cool. Cool.
Also, two defenses over the past couple of years, or over the past, like, I think about 10 years, I've told you, the fastest way to do a quarterback is through the A gap from point A to point B. And you need good guards to help you prevent that. Aaron Donald is literally the reason why Robert Hunt and, Damian Lewis and any, Landon Dickerson, all those guards who weren't making $20 million a couple of years ago are now making $20 million. Because the fastest way to do a quarterback is point A to point B. And the premium positions are changing. It's now center. Like, basically the entire offensive line is a premium position. Everyone. You gotta make sure to find good value and pay the people the right money. And
pay the right people the right money. So for me, the Ravens flock for the last several weeks, and even like coming up to the season, they were debating on whether the Ravens should re-sign Tyler Linderbaum or Travis Jones. Where was Travis Jones yesterday? What was he doing? Outside of that penalty that took the field goal down and they were able to get a touchdown. Outside of that, since
that shouldn't have been a penalty either.
That should have been. But since Travis Jones is so good and we need to re-sign him before we re-sign our center, what has he done this season to make people think that he deserves a contract before a dude that touches the ball every time?
Yeah, I think he's played well overall. I just think
he's not Tyler Linderbaum.
We don't have right.
He's Brandon Williams 2.0.
Yeah, and Brandon Williams was really good.
He wasn't worth $50 million when we re-signed him.
But no. Like, yes, Travis Jones doesn't get sacks. Correct, just that low. I would never sign him. I would sign him if we had the money. Like, the thing is this: it doesn't have to be either or. Like, we always make it seem like it's either or with this team. Other teams find a way to do everything. Right? Pay Travis Jones. Also pay Zay Flowers. Also go get George Pickens. Also sign Tyler Linderbaum. You can do this. Don't the Ravens make us believe we have a finite amount of money and we can only get certain things done. That's not true. It's not true. They need to manage their cap better. They don't do a good job with that. Manage the cap better. Manipulate those contracts and just get the players that you need to sign. Don't sign Mark Andrews. You wasted your money. $13 million you wasted. straight up wasted, right? And then when it comes time to get somebody, I don't know, there'll be an edge rusher that might be available, and it's gonna be like, well, how we can't afford it,
Right.
or there's a wide receiver that's available, and we don't have the money for it. Well, that's why you don't have the money for it, because you pay Mark Andrews.
Yeah, because I'm not saying I think Green Bay, one of Green Bay's biggest strength is their talent in locating in the draft. They drafted a tight end in the second round in Lucas Musgrave, and in the same draft in the 6th round they drafted Tucker Kraft, and Tucker Kraft turned out to be better than Lucas Musgrave. So again, it's a GM issue and a personnel talent issue. Is if Green Bay can find South Dakota State's tight end in the 6th round, was like, yeah, let's take a shot on him. You guys could find Mark Andrews' replacement if your GM was competent enough. Mm-hmm.
Gomez said, "Yeah." He said, "We lost. Let's move on. We better than this. Are we? Are we?"
And again,
we're 6-7.
When an NFL team doesn't want you, they won't resign you. But if they want to keep you, they'll find a way. Remember that little saga Kansas City and Chris Jones had? Oh, is he gonna resign? What's gonna happen? They resigned him like 2 days later.
Travis Jones is more.
What's up, GDSQ? I don't agree with this.
Travis
Jones is more impactful than Linderbaum. Lindy has been bad in pass protection. He hasn't been great. Right. You're absolutely right about that. I think a big part of it is the 2 guards that are absolutely terrible next to him.
Thanks.
And good or bad, he doesn't have as big of an impact as Travis Jones. He just doesn't. The line. You have to solidify that. If you don't think Linderbaum is worth bringing back, then you definitely can't go and sign Travis Jones. You have to go on the street and find a guard, a center, and another guard. Thanks. Right? Like we have to. The old line is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th priority. Like we have to get that sewn up. I don't care about the defense at all.
And
no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. And another thing, Linderbaum doesn't get hurt all the time.
Yeah, facts.
So you can't be impactful. You can't be impactful sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this coming from a New York Giants fan whose offensive line has been the worst unit in the NFL for the past 4 years. This year is actually our best unit, and we have our All-Pro on the left side. We have a solid right tackle on the right side, and we have John Runyon Jr. and Greg Van Roten and John Michael Schmitz. These aren't big names. These aren't like, oh my God, look at them. And they're a solid, good offense because they know each other. They know how to pass off rushers. They know how to deal with stunts. Of course, your center's not very good in pass pro when his right guard and his left guard are on the ground looking up at the sky while 3 defensive linemen are bum rushing him. So, yeah, of course he stinks when you have to guard 3 people. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
I like your attitude, go man. I'm with you. Win the next 4, win a division. That's the thing. We don't even have to win all 4 of these games. The Steelers ain't gonna win all 4 of their games. We have to beat the Steelers. I think we gotta win 3 out of the next 4. I think we win 3 out of the next 4, including the Steelers. We win a division. Maybe even 2 out of the next 4. The Steelers drop. Yeah, we gotta beat Cincinnati. Well, that's 3 out of the next 4.
Oh my God. No, you're also against the Patriots. So
yeah, we got the Green Bay game we can lose. That's an NFC game. We could drop that game. We gotta beat the Patriots, we gotta beat Cincinnati, we gotta beat Pittsburgh. All right, let's go over some scores from around the league, and then we gotta get out of here. I need to rest. Let's see if I can get this going here. There we go. All right. Seattle beats Atlanta 37-9. I just want to say too, that guy, that safety that we all thought was going to be a bust is 10 times better than the safety that we drafted.
Nicky Morey.
Yeah. He's 10 times. He is everything. He's everything we thought Malachi Starks was going to be.
Thanks.
Everything. He had a sack, an interception, a fumble recovery,
kick block.
Yeah, like he did a little bit of everything yesterday. He is he has the second biggest odds to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Surprisingly, you know who's the favorite to win Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Who?
Carson Swessinger.
Schlesinger, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Schlesinger.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
been that dude's been balling.
He's the,
Yeah.
he leads all rookies in tackles.
Yeah.
He's been balling.
I think here's the thing, Jose. I think if you still had Mike McDonald and had Malachi Starks, I think he would have worked. The problem is you don't have Mike McDonald.
But
And Mike McDonald, found a clone, I guess, or not a clone. They both played in the SEC, South Carolina, Georgia, and he's making it work with Nick.
But first, the difference is Eamon Warrior and Schlesinger aren't first round picks.
I know.
No, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
He made it work with guys that aren't first rounders. We picked a safety in the first round, and he ain't even close to being the best defensive player out there.
And an edge rusher with the first round grade.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's
all
crazy.
right. And that's my alarm. We got Pittsburgh 27-20 over Baltimore. We've been discussing that. Tennessee.
They came back.
Tennessee. They put it 31-29 over Cleveland. Shador, not a bad game.
4 touchdowns.
Apparently they took him out for the 2-point conversion.
So they went for the 2-point conversion, and they took him and put him on the sideline. They decided to take the running back who forgot the play, and if he'd have pitched and if he'd have did the play right, they may have gotten a 2-point conversion. But he forgot what the play was, didn't pitch the ball, and then threw an incompletion. But why take Shador off the field after he had a great game? It just proves that Kevin Stefanski does not like him. And they showed some clips of Shador on the sideline where the backup quarterback was coaching him up, and the head coach was just standing there like, I don't see him.
Dylan Gabriel? Oh, wow.
Well, not that one. Bailey Zappi.
Oh, Bailey Zappi. Oh,
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
The outcome for this game is now the New York Giants are the number 1 pick.
Oh, world class is y'all told me I was crazy for wanting that 6'5" safety that ran a 4.3 though. You are crazy. We just talked about how bad the O-line is. See, this is what y'all do every year. Every year.
You needed Josh Simmons.
Safety.
You needed Josh Simmons.
We needed somebody to protect the interior. I don't care about that safety. Protect your quarterback. Yes, you're crazy. The point was don't get a safety.
We had 4 of them already.
Wait till the 3rd or 4th round for that.
And Nick was drafted in the 4th round.
He was a 3rd round. I think
he was a 3rd round pick. Yeah, you know exactly.
All right. Jacksonville beat down the Colts 36-19.
Daniel Jones tore his Achilles in that game.
Yeah, that sucks. He's having an awesome year.
Comeback year, yeah. Showing that the Giants don't know what they're doing.
I think he would have won the comeback player of the year too if he'd stayed
come
healthy.
back from what? From stinking? Like what did he come back from?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what players win an award.
Okay. Usually
or most improved player or whatever. Right.
Yeah, most improved. Yeah.
So all 11 picks should have been O-linemen. No, how about your first 2? How about guards? Can we fix that? I mean, should all of our 11 picks be on defense? I mean, how many picks did we have last year? We had 11 picks.
Mm-hmm.
How many did we commit to the offense?
Maybe
not many.
Emory Jones is one of them.
Carson
Vincent. That's 2.
LeJounte Wester. Well, that might be special team. So
yes, yeah, and
he's wide receiver.
So that's 3.
Yeah. So flip that. How about we flip it? And yes, if you can't, if EDC can't get it right, commit all 11 picks to your O-line. He shouldn't have that many picks to begin with. There should be a rule that EDC can only draft like 5 players.
6 people, right?
Trade up. Trade up and draft higher in Dillinger as well.
Dillinger.
Yes,
yeah.
Dillinger.
The defense needed the physical safety. We didn't get it. And safety that played everywhere. Well, I thought that was what Kyle Hamilton was supposed to do.
Yeah, because Malachi Starks was supposed to be your roamer, and Kyle was supposed to be in the box. Right?
So why did we go and pick up Alohi Gilman? We didn't need safety, bro. We didn't need safety.
Man, if Kyle Hamilton only would have played yesterday, we might have won.
You know what Eamon Warrior would have done on this team?
Phew.
Nothing.
Nothing.
He would be Malachi Starks. Exactly. Tay
Disappeared.
Rutledge was in the second round. He was right
All
there.
right, let's get through these. Let's get through these here. All right.
DC being DC.
This is crazy. Minnesota 31-0 on Washington. Jaden Daniels gets hurt again. Why they let him come back and play?
I mean, also what happened to Zach Ertz? Oh, what's that happened to Zach Ertz?
Oh my gosh. That terrorist Marcus Mariota ended that man's career with that
No,
throw.
it was the safety was straight. The safety was straight into his knee.
That high throw that he went for.
So
let
was
him
safety
into that.
going to his knee? No, that was a safety all day.
The safety was going for a spot. Your man threw the ball high.
Yeah, it was too low. Straight
That
up.
that hospital ball that he threw.
Your bias is showing again.
What
sir.
bias?
You're so biased.
What bias? For bad throws? Yes, you are correct, Lars.
The safety literally speared his knee, regardless of the throw.
Miami beats Gotham City 34-10. They are officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yes.
New Orleans, shocker, beats Tampa Bay, puts the Carolina Panthers in first place on their day off. All right. New Orleans is also eliminated from playoff contention.
Hey man, Rodney picked the Saints. Rodney picked the Saints to win, remember? And we all laughed at him.
I know. He willed it to happen.
Yeah, he did.
The Panthers are going to end up winning the division. Tedderell McMillan is going to be the offensive rookie of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you guys were sick of B now, just wait.
Yeah, he's gonna keep
and there are specific people, y'all know who you are, who just would not shut up about the Panthers. Anytime B say something about the Ravens, well, your Panthers doing B,
right?
Making the NFC Championship game. That's what
they're in first place.
They're beating the best teams in the NFL. That's what they're doing.
Every year they have a commemorative patch. They make it to the NFC Championship game at least.
There you go.
Yeah.
Buffalo came back to beat Cincinnati 39-34. Look, the Bengals are still the Bengals. That's what cracks me up. Yes, you beat the Ravens. Good job.
Right.
You go right back out and give it up to Buffalo. You should have won that game.
Should have. No defense. Joe Burrow.
Denver beats Vegas.
Barely.
Yeah. 24-17. Brock Bowers is a player I keep talking about. Like if EDC is worth anything, he needs to go and trade for Brock Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's dying in Vegas.
Yeah.
Him and Max Crosby are dying in Vegas.
Yeah.
That fraud, Geno Smith.
Yeah, I agree. World Class. He said, listen, EDC told you he wasn't getting any O linemen when we got Voorhees. The least they could have did was build around Kyle and the fast physical safety. No, the least they could have done was build the O line.
You want to build around your safety?
Like
that's the craziest.
That's
the craziest statement I've ever heard in my entire life. Let's build around our safety. That's wild.
Like I hear you, World Class. I hear you. You're like.
I right. Don't hear you. I'm sorry.
Like he's right. Like they've been saying that they're not going to basically the O-line is what it is, right? That's what they keep telling us. Hey, they're going with Voorhees and Falele. We gotta deal with it. Mm-hmm. We don't have to deal with it. Right. We don't have to accept it.
Yeah.
Right. Just because they say it does not mean we don't tell the truth to tell them, hey, you're wrong. Okay. Mm-hmm. He was wrong. And we're not gonna go along with something that they're doing wrong. They should have built the O-line. There's no reason to put your trust in Voorhees. They didn't trust him last year when he came back from injury because you had Pat McCarry who was a backup player before, a rotational player, outplaying him. You can't trust him to go out there and start this year. Falele looked terrible last year. Right. Why you put all these trust in these guys last year? So no, I don't accept that. And I'm going to keep saying you shouldn't have spent another draft pick on a safety in the first round. It should have went to O-lineman.
Bro, imagine if the Chargers said, hey, guys, let's build around Eric Weddle. Okay? Let's build around Eric Weddle. Forget Phillip Rivers. Eric Weddle's the guy we're going to build around. That would be like, are you stupid?
Let's build around Derwin James instead of Justin Herbert.
That's crazy. Right. That's how little you think of your quarterback. That's how little you think of Lamar. Let's
Hey, man,
let's
that's
give
wild.
Kyle Hamilton some help. We're not going to expect anything from the defense because y'all don't expect. Let's be real. Y'all never expect the defense to win. These losses, we don't talk about defense. The defense sucked this game. They sucked.
Facts.
Hey man, Chicago should build around Jaquan Brisker. Okay, that's what they need to do. All right, him and Jalen Johnson need to fix that.
Speaking of, Green Bay beat Chicago 28-21. Green Bay is leading the division.
Dude,
The
imagine
Rams
going from
stomped
first,
out Arizona, and we all saw this coming.
Facts.
imagine going from first to seventh in one weekend. Chicago went from first all the way to seventh.
That's crazy. But they're Chicago, so
Puka Nacua went absolutely wild in this game.
Man.
And this was a physical game last night. Houston over KC.
was
KC is not officially eliminated yet, but man, they are.
They can't win a division though.
They can't win a division.
Yeah, no.
And they got to get it done on the road. But they're still fighting. Houston, both of them, Houston and Kansas City, had the type of defenses that we keep saying we want.
Right.
Hey man, Houston.
And then tonight we got Philly and the Chargers.
Yeah. Hey man,
Yo, man says, listen, I'm with you, but they're not drafting O or D linemen in the first. Yeah, no, I hear you, and we're here to tell you they're
be mad
wrong.
about that. Be mad about that. We're telling you to be angry.
And that's why we're in
Be
the
angry.
position we're in right now.
Yeah.
That's why we can't block anybody and we can't get any pressure on. It was one play where Aaron Rodgers went back there for like 9 seconds.
I hear you.
9 seconds. We could not take down. We had 0 sacks on a 42-year-old immobile quarterback. But you telling me we don't need any defensive line or edge help in the first round? We don't need the block for Lamar in the first round. That's cool. Y'all cannot think that. But when we play like this and we have these expectations for a team and they fall short, this is the reason why, because your general manager doesn't know how to build a roster, even though for years y'all tried to swear us up and down. He's doing such a great job. Look at us now. No depth, no stars, no wins.
There's two. This is how you win football games. Just two things: protect your quarterback, get to the quarterback. That's it.
Yep.
Because you can have average DBs and safeties in the back because your defense line can help them cover. You know what I mean?
Ravens could beat any team. Well, why haven't they, go man? Why haven't they? Since they can beat any team, why have they not?
Yeah, they have 7 losses.
7 losses tells me they can't beat any team.
No, he's not wrong, but any team can beat us. Did y'all see that pass Lamar threw in the end zone? It was for D-Hop and not Mark. We played that at the beginning of the show. Yes. That was that's the story of the Ravens. First of all, you had Bateman drop a touchdown pass earlier. You have Mark Andrews get that touchdown wiped off the board, and then on 4th down, he's got the play he wants. He's got his wide receiver wide open in the back of the end zone, and Mark Andrews comes to the picture to do Mark Andrews things. Like, he didn't even really try to get the ball. Mark Andrews does this thing where he tries to one-handed but also flop at the same time, so you try to make a spectacular catch. Just catch the damn ball.
All right.
Catch the damn ball. He came out of nowhere to block the pass, man. Like no situational awareness. And look, that happens sometimes, but man, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna put your hands on it, you got to come down with it. You got to come down with it. Imagine Bull, please appreciate the $5 super chat. Says Eagles are the organization who the media / Ravens fans act like the Ravens are. They see anything less than a Super Bowl as a failure. Our leader scoffs at that. Yeah, we know what it is. That's a fact. We see teams that are serious about winning Super Bowls make real moves, hold their coaches, front office accountable, right? And they act accordingly. And let's talk about the Rams for a minute, because the Rams, we were told were supposed to fall off by now. Like, they mortgaged their future. They mortgaged their future. When did they fall off?
They missed the playoffs once, I think.
1 year. 1 year.
1 year, and that's it.
Yeah, okay.
And they had a lot.
But we didn't mortgage our future, and we can miss the playoffs this year. So, I mean,
exactly, man. Let's need, like he said, where Aaron Donald retires, and he rebuild that defensive line with 2 third round or late picks, 1 first round pick, 1 second round pick.
Both Florida State, baby.
Yeah, like he didn't draft 4 first round picks. He found Kobe Turner in the 4th round. He found Byron Young in the 3rd round. He drafted Jerry Rice in the 1st round. He drafted Braden Fisk in the 2nd round. Right there. Good GMing. Yeah. He found Nick Landman somewhere. I don't know where he found Nick Landman, but he found him. Do we know who their defensive backs are, who their corners are? Do you know? Do I know? Nobody knows. But they're a great defensive unit with Chris Shula because he knows how to get he knows how to get the best out of his players. Like we said, the back end can be helped if your defensive line gets to the quarterback quickly. Because if your DB is only guarding a receiver for 1 second or 2 seconds because the quarterback in the back is running around for his life, we won a Super Bowl with Sam Madison and Jabril Wilson as our DBs because we had Michael Strahan, we had Justin Tucker, we had Barry Cofield, we had Chris Canty, we had
Hey. You had Justin Tuck. You didn't have Justin Tuck.
My bad. Justin Tuck. Sorry. Justin Tuck. I forgot, the better Tuck. You know what I mean? So like, you can alleviate certain aspects of your defense. Like you said, Jose, you play the premium positions. Line, getting to the quarterback, protecting the quarterback. And then you can find, man, we got Fabian Moreau off of the practice squad one year, and he had a great year because that defensive line with Wink Martindale helped him. So I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah. Keaton Mitchell, injury bad. I didn't hear anything about Keaton Mitchell. I'm not sure. I hope it's not.
Facts.
I hope it's not. All right. Anything else before we get out of here? We go on 40 minutes.
No, just we travel to Cincinnati this Sunday, take on the Bengals. Let's see what we get from that. And this time, T. Higgins is playing. So what they did to us, what they did to us last time with T. Higgins not playing, let us see what happens with these great corners because Nate Wiggins is out there getting ate up. Pause.
Yeah, the thing that's really the thing that nobody wants to say is really wrong with this team. Yes, the O-line is obviously a problem, but we knew that. But the thing that's really wrong with this team is the defense, because we didn't expect the offense to really put up points, right? You have two bad guards. They were bad last year. There's no real expectation that they get that much better this year. You didn't put any money into the wide receivers, right? You didn't really expect much from the wide receivers. You expected them to just be all right. We expected to get it done on defense. The defense isn't forcing enough turnovers. That's the thing. A lot of these games that we're losing, we're turning the ball over and we're not getting any turnovers. We didn't get any turnovers yesterday. Right. We didn't get any turnovers last week. Right. And it's always, well, if the offense stops making, if they stop making mistakes, then we can win these games. Why aren't we forcing the other team into mistakes? The way to beat Cincinnati is we have to get a couple turnovers. We do that, we win the game. Right. Same thing yesterday. We had to start getting turnovers, but this defense ain't really built like that.
Facts. And if this defense was everything that we said it was, why is it that Aaron Rodgers threw for 200 yards for the first time since week 9? Why is it that on passes over 20 yards, he was over and had a terrible passer rating, but went 3 for 3 for like 100 and something yards yesterday? If this defense is so great, why is this 42-year-old guy doing things that he hasn't been doing in recent weeks? But we want to keep building it up because that's what we want to believe in Baltimore, that defense is the key to winning a championship. It is not, and it has not been that way for a very long time. But yet and still, we continue to pour resources into it, and they fall flat, but somehow it's Lamar's fault.
Yeah. Well, world class don't say it. Don't get banned. So they invented all Nigerian. I'm going to get banned for this, but they invented all the Nigerian as none of them panned out except for 92.
You mean invested, not invented.
Invested. They world class. They could have been Nigerian. They could have been American. They could have been British. They weren't going to work out regardless. Okay, because this is Baltimore. And
yeah, well, one of your guards is Australian. So
no, the problem isn't the Nigerians. It's the dude from Boston. Okay,
Ah,
EDC.
cow it out.
That's your problem. It's that guy and the Michigan man, John
All
Harbaugh.
right. Y'all listen. Y'all can be mad at Daniel Lele all y'all want to be,
From Toledo.
but Daniel Lele is not the one inserting himself into the game. He's just doing what they tell him to do. Get on the field and do your best.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh's the one that plays him every week. EDC was the one that drafted projects saying, you know what? They might pan out. Our quarterback is doing so well, we don't have to do anything with him. So let's get this guy from Penn State that had 0 sacks and hope that he can come in and be a dominant edge rusher. That dude is the one who brought these people in. He did the same thing with Adisa Isaac. Where's he been? He's supposed to have been back by now. Like, he keeps drafting these project guys that don't really have production and hope that they can be more than that what they were in college. And we don't have the coaches, we don't have the guys that can actually teach these players to be better, to be projecting something that somebody that what they have not done. So blame the front office, don't blame the players.
Yeah, man, you're drafting 2 tackles and making them guards, and they don't know how to play guard.
That's a good question. What about Kenyon Green? I forgot we had Kenyon Green.
He's still in the practice squad.
Is him and Ben Cleveland worse than 72 or 77? No.
Can't be.
We have better options, but they just want to stick with their guys, right? They feel like they can will things to happen. They feel like, hey, if we just leave them in there, they'll figure it out. The light bulb will turn on, and we'll prove everybody right. And it's just not happening.
Isn't it amazing how that doesn't happen on defense? Trenton Simpson, 3rd round pick. He didn't play well for a couple games. They benched him quickly and got replacements in there, signed some free agents. They do this on defense all the time. But on offense, we'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
If they get Lamar killed, he dies.
Yeah, right. You know what? Yes. That we'll leave it there. Y'all have a great day. And don't accept what this front office is giving you. I understand, they move a certain way and we can't change their minds, but it doesn't mean we have to get along. We have to go along with it. All right. Do not draft any more safeties. Don't draft any more defense. All right. It needs to be offense. Yeah. Anything less than that, don't cheer them. Don't praise them. Tell them, hey, that was a bad pick. Linebacker. These are the things that they like to get in the first round. Don't be okay with it. Criticize them. All right. Shame them for it.
Right. It's crazy.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.